Someone was asking recently, was like several status posts, and I was like, okay, let me even talk about this. Which one is the right or true marriage for us as African? In fact, let me bring it down to Nigeria. Is it the church wedding or the traditional wedding? A lot of people believe that when you do traditional wedding, you don't do church wedding, you feel like you're not married yet. And some people believe that when you do the traditional wedding, you are the church wedding, then it has started because the parents will definitely be there. The pastor, which is the man of God, will definitely be there. Whoever you need will also be there. And definitely from the church, they can actually issue your court or whatever, all of that. So they were asking, which is right? So a lot of men believe in traditional. Most men, let's do traditional wedding. I'm cool. My parents is there, understand. We can bring the priest if he has to. But some people believe that no, if I do, of course, ladies now, how many of them want to do only traditional wedding and not do white wedding? In fact, they won't even scrap the traditional wedding and do the white wedding. But first, I want to ask you as a lady, because a lot of ladies, I feel like some men now, in fact, with the way things are, some will be like, let's just do trad and courts. That's okay. But they will be like, no, we have to do white wedding. And white wedding cost a whole lot. Yes, traditional too costs a lot, you understand? But I feel that cost is okay because the parents and everything, is a proper thing, culture. But when it comes to church, there's extra, the dress, the wedding hall, that's an extra expense. So what do you think is the way to go?
I believe that it's a choice between the both husband and wife, the families. And also, I think the idea of forcing people to do white wedding is not a thing for me. I used to tell someone that if you call, you get a hall and you bring your pastor into that hall and you use that same hall to conduct the traditional marriage and you still use that same hall and ask your pastor to bless it, it's the same. Going to the church is the church is the hall. The pastor, you bring the pastor out. It's the same thing. So it's just how you define it for yourself. For me, I believe the tradition is what we need in Nigeria. Because it's your parents, you're going to pay dowries and stuff like that. The court is legal, that's binding. So the tradition for me is key. Bringing your pastor to the hall or your home to bless your marriage is also it's okay for me. So the church thing is not a do or die affair for me. So for me, my take is it's a compulsory thing. So I like a situation where I have to bring the pastor out of the church, have a wonderful setting, maybe outside setting. After the tradition, there's the church, there's a pastor lesson. I'm good to go.
I actually love that and I like the idea. But don't you think white wedding, which is a church wedding, is a borrowed culture that we have taken so much, even more than the people that borrowed us the culture?
Exactly, that's the point I wanted to actually stress on. Just a misplaced priority from our end, because tradition and culture has been existing before religion came. So I don't know why people take it seriously that make it compulsory that we must have church wedding. And come to think of it, you're having a traditional wedding in the same church room. Does that sound? It doesn't make any sense. It's just that, like Nigerians, we just do this follow thing. People are doing it, do it. Even the court wedding, even not for the father, I partly agree with it, just to secure women nowadays. So many things are happening in our society, just to give them that legal backing, and nobody can just come and push them away or chase them away, because we've heard stories, we've seen scenarios where their husbands die and the family come, they take everything away and all that. So I support that partially, but trust me, the number one thing and the most important one is the customary, customary they call it, or tradition and custom. That wedding is very, because that's where you pay your bride price. That one is where both families are interconnected. If anything goes wrong, you can talk to your father-in-law, they can talk to your mother-in-law, and that. But aside that, every other thing is just follow.
I can't say that I'll always go for a traditional wedding.
That one is the most. It's the most important. It's the most. I don't know which one to use now. They recognize traditional wedding more than. It's just that these days, if you want to travel abroad with your wife, you need a court wedding to present certificate and all that. times are changing, but that shouldn't stop that traditional is the most important kind of marriage in sub-Saharan.
So I want to ask, why do you think people actually tend to want to do their traditional? We are saying traditional, and you see some people doing their traditional wedding in Lagos.
Oh, okay.
Why do you think people have now taken it away from the village where they are actually supposed to go and do it and bring it to the city?
Really?
Yes.
So for me, I think it's
Really?
yeah, because most of the people in the village, like the elder ones, they are all out of the village. Like maybe the father is late, the elders are the uncles, they are not in the village.
All those lists, all those long lists.
This is what you send. You give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. You send back things to the village, to the people in the village. Some of your uncles, they are not in the village. Your main people, your father's people, they are not there. They might be maybe in different states. So it's the elders one that will say, this is where we want to do. It all depends on who is making the decision. So if they say you must come to the village, that one is, yeah. Even the father can decide that no, we will do it, especially when they have a house in whichever state they are.
Okay.
You understand? So whichever state they are, the father can decide. The father is late of the girl. The uncle, the elders will say, okay, you do it at my place. So most of them are not in the village. So the one they go to the village is because the parents of that is Reyes in the village.
Do you agree with this?
Yes. Well, let me add to it. A lot of things are going on now, right now. The economy is shrinking. Before you calculate the cost of transporting people from village to the village, cooking and doing a whole lot. Reality, I like to state reality. I've seen people that are close to me, like I can give 4 or 3 instances from the south east and south. The way the families of the girls, the ladies, the way they're tracking those guys that came to the village was very, very alarming. They wanted to take all the money they've been using, to collect. They did it on purpose, and it became so annoying. So a lot of people want to avoid, don't try.
Yeah.
See, after 10 years, you now let them use money to chase him away from the village. So a lot of women are even frowning at people taking their husband to the village.
Yes, I agree, because that was last year. I watched a video of a man that you have to bring the bride price, but he bought the stuffs. Do you understand? They did it in front of their compound, and it was very big. The couple, it's very beautiful. The canopies, everything well decorated, as if you're going for a dinner or a fair. And when it got to the time for the man to now hand over all those items, they now said, is it bitter cola or cola nut? And they need extra, maybe 20 pieces or something thereabouts. And right there at that point, he kind of left.
Yeah, I think I was upset that we talked about it.
I
think the guy was angry and he left.
He left everything, but the wife left everything. You can just understand kind of frustration. So I don't know. This is village people, like you said, village people at work. It's not even about the jazz, it's the frustration they are.
So a lot of people are avoiding that frustration. A lot of women, they know how long it has taken them to get a spouse.
Yeah.
Now you want to change away because of your own selfish interest.
Yeah.
So it's beginning to fade away anyhow. Anyways.
Sometimes you bring everything to the table. Just one cup of they would demand that.
No, you bring
so
it.
it's frustrating. So
bring it. Well, welcome to tradition. I didn't know it. In fact, sometimes I'll be like, if it's as though somebody has done it to their child or something, they want to do it. I don't even understand why that is happening. In fact, I don't say village, so I can't even know why those elderly ones are always doing that.